This is a Sunday night driving class. If you don't know, I'm a state certified driving instructor. I teach teens and adults. We're going to go on a nice, chill, relax, and drive. I'm going to put on some things to help you become a better driver, help you drive safer. So let's go ahead and enjoy. So whenever you get into a vehicle, you always want to put in your seatbelt. I've walked around the outside of the vehicle, but this is a really tight parking spot. So you're going to actually see me back up and maneuver very easily. So I put my foot on the brake, I have a key fob, and I push to start. So you heard the motor start up, and I'm checking on my gauges. They go to the left, to the right, and I'm at about a fourth of a tank of fuel. That's fine for what we need to do. The car is still cold. Obviously, we're not traveling. So I want to look. Even though I have a backup mirror, I'm still going to look very carefully, and you're going to see me look left and right and check and literally look out my back window, and I've got to cut the wheel very sharp, okay? And I got to be really careful. I don't want to hit any cars, and I want to take my time, and I'm going to cut my wheel really sharp to the right. The rear would go to the right, the front will swing out to the left. Then I turn my wheel, okay? So I'm looking around, taking my time and being patient. I'll go ahead and switch angles and show you what's going on. Okay, so this is a partially controlled intersection. I'm coming up to the intersection. The street to the right has a stop sign. They have to stop. We have the right of way. Next, I'm coming up to a controlled intersection. I have a stop sign, so I want to stop for 3 seconds. The car does have an auto shut off, and then I want to move forward, and I'm going to be making a right turn. So I want to look left, right, left, and then I'm going to accelerate into the nearest lane. Keep your turn as short as possible. Okay, let's talk about what's going on. It's Sunday evening. Happy Mother's Day to the mothers that are out there. Guys, if you haven't got your sister or your mother a gift, you still need to get one. So I'm going to get over to the right, and this lane is specifically for right turns only, and I want to go in the nearest lane. My speed is about 19 miles an hour, and then I'm turning into the nearest lane. You want to get up to 50 smoothly, gradually. I'm at about 45 now, and I'm taking my time. You'll hear the turbo boost kick in a moment. So I'm at about 50, trying to be really smooth, and then I'm going to make a lane change to the left. So it's mirror, turn signal, blind spot. You saw me check my blind spot. I'm in the lane, and then I'm going to cancel my blinker. All right, so now I'm going to squeeze my brakes with the ball of my foot. A lot of beginners wait till the last second to squeeze their brake, and then they end up slamming. I'm going to accelerate back up to speed. And if you have anxiety, you have difficulty driving, Sunday evenings are really a nice time to get out here and drive. It's not a lot of traffic. People are more relaxed. I want to get into the middle lane where it's broken. If you cross the yellow line, you'll get a deduction in points. We are trying to get you to pass. I want to wait for them to leave the intersection, and I want to confirm that it's clear. It's clear, and then you're gonna see the car gradually pick up speed. I'm at 28. I'm at 40. That turbo boost is really kicking in, and I'm accelerating. I'm going to turn on my blinker and cross the broken white line. That's a pretty good merge. So now I'm going to readjust my speed. I'm at about 68 miles an hour. The speed limit is 70. If you were with me, I would say, hey, that's a pretty good merge. This time of the evening is real nice. That burgundy truck cut off the silver one, probably in their blind spot. So accidents can easily happen unintentionally. Let's talk about these pavement markings. We have a solid white. This is the edge line to the right. We're in North America. We have a broken white line. We can change lanes. We're in the first lane, slow moving traffic. The middle lane is for smoother moving, and the left lane is for fast. So I'm being real smooth right now, very deliberate. And you need to be able to read pavement markings. This lane will take us off the expressway. And then we're going to get into some more regular driving where we have to make lane changes. We have to be able to have good speed control. So my foot's off the gas now. And you see how they squeeze brakes? That's what we need to do too. So I'm squeezing my brakes, going in real easy, just scrubbing off a little speed. I'm at about 30 right now. And I'm trying to be very deliberate, very smooth, and just take my time. I need to get all the way over to the right. You're going to see a lot of pavement markings. We want to get all the way over to the right. This is a double right turn lane, so you need to know what lane we're going to get into. A lot of beginners will go too fast and almost hit the guardrail, but because you're here with me, I'm going to show you what you need to do. So now I'm going to go up and look, even though I have a green. Always look, cars run lights, and I'm going to go right in the nearest lane. And I'm scanning the intersection left and right. I see the black vehicle coming out in front, and I'm maintaining speed. And then let's make a lane change. I'm going to make a lane change to the left, so it's mirror, turn signal, blind spot. I'm in the lane. That felt pretty good. All right, so now our speed's pretty good. And if you had anxiety and difficulty getting out here, I would say let's make an appointment for Sunday evening, a 6 to 8, an 8 to 10. We want to be about 50 miles an hour. Scanning. We have a solid yellow line to our left. That's for left turns only. We're scanning intersection. Still green light. We can change it any time. Thank you for the thumbs up. A lot of things are going on, but we want to focus on one thing at a time. Is our speed good? Yes, so we're about 48. Our lane position is okay. We're kind of hugging the right a little bit. That's what a beginning driver would do. Now we're readjusting our speed. We're at about 50. And the driver, we're in North America, so our steering wheel is on the left side inside the vehicle. If we were in the UK, Australia, or India, a steering wheel would be on the right. I'm scanning it. I see that car that could come out. They have on their blue. I see a chicken shack. I see a green light. I see a car wash. You got to be able to scan and use your peripheral vision to see what's going on. There's a Tesla in the car wash too. Speed is pretty good. Let's make a lane change to the right. So my blinker's on, I check my mirror, I look over my shoulder, and then I gradually get over, I check my mirror, and then I cancel my blinker. So make sure you're smooth and make sure you cancel that mirror, cancel that blinker. So now our speed is back, we're consistent, and we're making most lights because we're keeping our speed up. A lot of beginners go 5 under, 7. See, this light's getting ready to change. It's on a countdown. But we just made it. I would ask you the color of the light because see that car coming to the right? So I want you to look ahead and analyze information. Foot's off the gas again. We're squeezing the brake with the ball of our foot. We never want to slam brakes. That turbo boost made the car shift pretty hard there. Some gas pedals are really sensitive. Okay, I'm going to make another lane change to the left. Mirror, turn signal, blind spot. I got in the lane. I canceled about 3 to 4 blinks. Okay, speed is smooth. And if you're eyeglass wearer, you won't have that much glare because it's not really dark yet. But as we lose light, it's going to be more difficult. So I do drive a lot of clients that have eyeglasses or contacts, so it's a little hard to see. The speed limit is dropping down to 45. We're at about 43. Maintaining good speed right now. Two bikers. The truck came over with no blinker. I'm saying these things because you need to be able to use your vision. You need to be able to identify dangerous situations and be ready to have an out. An out is a space. We want to keep space in case a car crashes, a deer comes out, an emergency situation. So I'm off the gas again, down to 33. Even, speed limit dropped to 35. We went from 50 to 45 to 35. You should be able to tell me the color of the light. It is now green. A lot of beginners go really fast on this curve, and we almost hit Dairy Queen because they're going really fast and they don't look around the curve. Maintain a good speed, down to 35. We're a little bit velocitized because we were traveling at a higher rate of speed. I would tell you you're doing a great job with your speed control. And at the light, I need you to make a left turn. So use your imagination, pretend you're here with me, pretend you're watching this. So at the light, we're going to make a left turn. This is our Sunday night beginner's driving lesson. If you were here with me, area, I'll turn on the blinker about now, 100 feet, a half a block. It's a little hard to see that blinker, but we do see it. We do have a green turning arrow. So now I'm going to commit to turning, go into the intersection really slow, and I look where I'm going. So now we got some double yellow lines. This means we cannot pass. We want to take our time. That person up ahead of us is using the blinker really good. They're really helping us. That was really nice. You don't see a lot of people that courteous. So now, solid double yellow, can't pass. Edge line to the right, that's the edge of the road. If we cross this line, we'll go into the ditch. I have had clients put the car into the ditch because they're staring at the white line. Our blinkers on, we're gonna be making a right turn at the street. We got a school zone. Came in a little bit fast, and I'm at about 14. I came in about 25, and that's what you would probably do. So I'm scanning left and right. We're in the school zone, but it is 8:50 Eastern Standard Time. We don't want to assume kids are here playing, but they could be. So we're just scanning left and right. We still have a solid double yellow line, so we can't pass. There is a pedestrian crossing up there. I'm telling you this because I'm trying to teach you to read those signs. And then we want to be in this correct lane. We're going straight. And then we have a regulatory sign. So we have to stop. Minimum 3 seconds, 1001, 1002, 1003. I wanted to show you what I'm looking at. We want to look left, right, left is clear. Then we proceed, gradually accelerate, and look to make sure everything is good. Okay, so we're scanning intersections again. We're looking before we get here. And then we have a regulatory sign again. So this tells us we have to stop. And then we have a warning saying artistic child ahead. I've looked, I've checked. And then I'm gonna make my left turn. I'm gonna go in real easy and take my time. We have to drop off the client's driving certificate because they did pass. And I'm gonna pull over right here and stop. In this envelope is a driver's license. My client passed their test, so I'm gonna run over, put in their mailbox. What an exciting time. And just hold on one second, I'll be right back. Okay, the client was really happy. They got their certificate, and that's really a special moment. And that's why I want all of you to focus on just getting your skill set ready to learn how to drive. And then you're going to have that happy moment where I'm delivering your license to you. So I'm going to go ahead and move forward, and I'm just looking. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn in, and I have my brake on. I'm going to pull up in the driveway, go up real easy. And then I'm going to reverse. I want you to see me in reverse. I look, and I'm turning the wheel all the way to the right. The rear goes to the right, the front swings out. And then I turn back, hand over hand, and then I turn out. Okay, I had some questions about hand over hand turns. According to the National Highway Safety Transportation System, hand over hand is still used for parking, three-point turnarounds, and going around curves, and also emergency situations. So that is correct. So I stopped, I look left, right, left. I want to show you what I'm looking at. I look left, right, left. Now I'm going to move forward, and then you're going to see me look where I want the car to go. Always look where you want the car to go. A lot of beginners don't look where they're going. We're starting to lose a little bit of light, but this is real life. Okay, so we're scanning, we're looking, and 7 and 5 is the preferred method according to AAA. They're a large organization here in the United States. I look left and right, and then I proceed. So 7 and 5, and because we do have an airbag in the middle, and we are aware of this. So let's look at what we have. Got a pedestrian walking. Double yellow lines, they are faded, but you got to be mindful. We're in a school zone, and you just always want to look. A baseball field to the left, a little softball over here to the right. There's a car parked. We're just scanning, looking around, taking our time, trying to be as patient as possible. We got some double yellow lines. This means we can't pass, but we need to get over to the left lane. So I'm going to merge in where the line is broken. If you cross the line early, you'll get a deduction. So now I'm going to come up and stop. I wanted to make a right, but there could be construction there, and I don't want to have to drive for 5 miles and then turn around. So I'm going to move forward. I've stopped, I've looked, and then I'm going to wait because there's a car coming. Always be patient. Always take your time. I read a lot of comments. A lot of people say, you need to go ahead and go. You're going too slow. No, when you're teaching someone, beginners do not understand. And you want to be positive. You want to take your time. You want to support them, because a lot of beginning drivers, teens and adults alike, don't know what to do. So you have to tell them and reinforce what the danger is and help them understand so they can have good maneuverability. So at the light, we need to make a right turn. So right out now, 100 feet or half a block, I'm going to get on that right turn signal. And then if you were driving, I want you to start slowing down using the ball of your foot, okay? And then we want to stop behind the line. We want to roll up your screen, and we have to turn in the nearest lane, the curb lane to the right. That's a pretty good turn. A lot of beginners would swing out to the left. And because we're losing light, if you were driving with me, you would kind of drift to the middle, or you would be drifting to the right. And many of my drivers, I'm not an eyeglass wearer, but I do ask, if you're nearsighted, you can't see things far. If you're farsighted, you can't see things near. I'm not an ophthalmologist, but I always want to understand where my students are. Your good instructors will ask you these questions so you know, and they know how to support you and help you. That's the only way it should be. We want to squeeze, we want to move ahead real easy. Also, if you were driving, you might drift to the left, and that brake light is burned out. So maintain a good speed. Speed limit is now 45. And then you might be hugging the right, like I'm going to the right now, because you might be looking down at the speedometer. Or you might be going to the left. And that's what I'm showing you would do. Thank you for the thumbs up, means a lot. But also I would say relax, take your time. And we're gonna make a lane change. So I'm gonna drive like a beginner. You see how slow the car is moving through the lane change? That's what you would do. You would kind of coast. I want you to accelerate, maintain good speed control. The speed limit is now 50, we're at 47, which is okay. Told you this is really peaceful, really relaxed. And then let's make a lane change to the right. I'm gonna show you that. So I'm gonna look over my shoulder, get us over, and then I'm in the lane. Okay, so now we're looking ahead. We're looking for brake lights. We're scanning the intersection. We're at about 46. I'm 4 under. It's okay. I don't want us to be on top of the car. If you just popped in, this is a Sunday night driving lesson. If you had anxiety or you weren't sure, I would get you out on a Sunday evening. Not a lot of traffic. Happy Mother's Day. Guys, you should have got your mom or your girl's mother a gift. Daughters, you should have got your mom a gift. And of course, I got my wife a gift. So I'm maintaining good speed. I see trucks, cars not using blinkers. I'm trying not to tailgate. We're at about 48 and at 50, which is fine. I'm checking mirrors, so I'm kind of looking around to see who's behind me, who's beside me. Every 12 to 15 seconds, you should be checking your mirrors. People do act a little bit out of pocket when their driver's ed sign is on the car. I'm not going to lie to you. That BMW has tinted windows. It's harder for them to see. I'm gonna make a lane change, accelerate through your lane change. So as we lose light, it's gonna be more difficult for that white BMW with the tinted windows to see. So you might wanna give them a little bit more space. I'm trying to get you to be a defensive driver, think ahead, maintain good speed. And this is an open lane in front of us. I would ask you what color the light is, because I'm trying to teach you to look ahead. Look ahead. So then we're gonna get over one lane to the right, and you should be able to hear my blinker was on about 3 blinks. And then I'm hugging the right a little bit. You would be doing that also. I'm scanning the intersection. Just change. We never slam brakes. Proceed. You would not get a minus for that because we are already into the intersection and we could not have stopped. Also, if you were driving with me, I would tell you slow down. We're starting to get on top of this truck. So lift your foot. And then I would squeeze the brake, because a lot of times you're overwhelmed. Good. I'm going to pick our following distance, 1001, 1002. We're about 3 seconds away. There's that white BMW again with the tinted windows. They're kind of speeding through, and it's kind of setting traffic up for failure. Cars going to have to run light, or see they're getting over. So I want us to get over one lane to the left, and I don't want to be behind all these cars. So we're going to be in an open lane, and this is kind of throws students off. We got 2 lights. That light was yellow, and then this light's red. So this kind of throws us off. So now it's a little hard to see. We're losing light, but you still can see pavement markings pretty good. And then I would take a look at you to see, you know, hey, how are you doing? Are you okay? How do you feel? Can you see pretty good? I just want to make sure you are okay and I'm supporting you. And that's the biggest thing good instructors will do. They will support you and help you through this process. You can see that light in the back. That's what it's going to look like if you're an eyeglass, where it kind of blinds you some. Okay, So now we're back, and you can see all this light starting to blend in. We're off the gas, we're cruising about 45 miles an hour, and I'm deliberately bringing you here because there's a lot of construction, and I want to test you to see where you are. If you got questions, put them in. So I'm lifting my foot again. We're at about 42. I'm going to go ahead and squeeze my brakes. That was okay. That's what you would have done. Okay? Don't hesitate. If you can stop safely in 3 seconds, you need to do it. I saw the light turn yellow. I didn't want to slam brakes. Make the commitment. Don't feel bad. And then that light changed quick. That wasn't even 10 seconds. So I'm maintaining good speed. And now here's all this confusion. We have different pavement markings. We have construction barrels. We have cars turning in front of us. So I would tell you, just proceed straight. If you just joined us, this is a Sunday night driving lesson. I'm going to get in, and I want you to get over to the outside left turn lane. This intersection is extremely dangerous. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 6 lights. We have one to the left, the far left, the middle left, in front of us, that's 3, 1 in the middle, that's 4, 5, and 6. So we have 6 lights. So it's really easy to get confused, but those 3 lights are for the lanes to the right of us. These 3 lights, including one on the telephone pole to the left, are for us. In this type of turn, you will get confused because you won't know where to look. We can't count on the county or the municipality to have good pavement markings. So I'm going to show you what you would do. You would probably go up too far. I'm deliberately going to go up too far. See how far I went up? I almost hit the curb. That's what you would do. And then I want to gradually pick us up. We're at about 36, even though the speed limit is 50. So we're starting to lose more light. You might start drifting to the left a little bit, drifting to the right. And then I'm going to squeeze my brakes. Also, a lot of beginners, you're welcome. Thank you. Give it a thumbs up. A lot of beginners tend to follow cars really close because you do not have good lane positioning skill sets, lane stability. So I try to teach you to look ahead like you're walking in the hallway at school, you're walking at your college, you're walking in your neighborhood. You've got to learn to aim high and look straight down the road. So you should be looking ahead as far as possible. That's a manual. Yep, they just shifted gears. Third. It's fourth. It's fifth. All right, so we're maintaining pretty good speed. It's going to be more difficult to see now. See, they kind of popped their blinker on at the last second because they're tailgating, and that kind of throws us off. So that's very unpredictable. They're hugging the left. We're centered pretty good. And then this is where we really rely on the pavement markings. And in some areas of the country, they don't have a lot of lights. Some areas of the country, they do. So you got to be ready. Keep your headlights clean. Clean your windshield. And I'm scanning because there's slow-moving traffic to the left. This person could cut back to the right in front of us. So we're going to maintain speed because drivers get lazy and they don't want to stay in the lane they're in. So I'm trying to maintain good speed. I don't want to hit the throttle more than halfway because we'll get turbo boost and it'll start to go real fast. So I'm at about half throttle at about 47 miles an hour. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. This Sunday night drive is teaching you about night vision. It's teaching you, hey, how you doing? It's teaching you about lane positioning, lane centering. How do we stay straight in the lane? We aim high and look ahead. We see the white line to the right. We see the broken white line to the left. we want to stay centered. You stay centered by looking ahead at this Jeep, and the car will be centered. The driver will be to the left of the lane because our steering wheel is on the left side. We're driving in North America. I'm scanning intersections. I'm trying to stay as smooth as possible. And people are kind of tapping brakes. And people will make last minute decisions at fast food places, so you got to really be careful. Thank you. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate that. We're being very intentional in cruising about 48, even though the speed limit's 50. If I drive at 50, I'll be right on top of this Jeep. And we don't want to tailgate the ambulance to the left because they could get a call immediately. So we want to keep moving away from them. Trying to be very smooth, and then make a lane change to the left, being very smooth and deliberate. Our speed limit is still about 50. We have a broken white line to our right, so we can change lanes left to right. You just joined us. This is a Sunday night driving lesson. If I was driving you, we would be out. We're doing some night driving, lane positioning. I need you to get in the driveway to the left to go into the gas station. And it's really hard to see, so we're gonna stop. I'm gonna be you. We don't turn in front of cars because you haven't learned how to judge distance. Here's our gap, and then we gently accelerate through the turn. Then I'm going to go around to the right, and I'm trying to take my time. Sorry about the bumps. This part of the country, they don't take care of the roads the way they need to. I'm scanning, I'm looking, I see brake lights, and then what I want to do, I'm going to reverse in and I'm going to turn the wheel. And then I'm going to show you that I can back in. Okay, so I'm looking at my mirrors. And yes, I do have a backup camera, so I'm cheating a little bit. But you don't see me using the backup camera. I'm looking and I'm checking. I still can go back. I still have room. Good. So let's talk about what we just did. We had a Sunday night drive. It's almost about an hour. So we talked about good speed control. You have to have really good speed control. We did most of the time, if you were driving, the speed limit is 50, you'd be about 40. We talked about lane positioning. You would struggle in your lane positioning. This is diesel. You would struggle in your lane positioning. You would drift to the right. A lot of beginners steer down the speedometer. That's what I'm looking at now. You would steer to the line to the right, which is the edge line. A lot of beginners get overwhelmed at traffic lights, people pulling out of private driveways, signs. I try to support you and talk when I need to. I try to be quiet when I need to. Every person is different. Some persons or people need me to give you more support and instruction. That's what I'll do. Other persons, I sit back. You see me smile a lot because I'm truly happy and I enjoy teaching people how to drive. Your instructor, male or female, they should be very passionate. You're welcome. Thank you. They should be very passionate about what they do because we are teaching you a skill that will help you the rest of your life. And if you keep that in mind, you always have to have the learner in mind. Some beginner drivers pick things up quickly. Some, it takes a second, third, or fourth, or fifth lesson. Everyone is a little bit different. During the week, I go over a lot of test questions. Also, in the Sunday night drive, we're starting to lose light. And when we lose light, it's harder for us to see. And also, you should be able to see that light right up here. Light tends to blur and it's hard on our eyes. Our pupils open up when it's darker. When you have light coming, your pupils get smaller. So that's a lot of eye strain. I still have really good vision. I'm not an eyeglass wearer yet. But at the same time, you always have to be aware of cars pulling out of driveways. I'm going to show you something. You see all these cars right now. Some of the cars we'll be able to see with our eyes. Some of the cars we won't be able to see. You're going to see a truck coming from my left in a moment. That thing blends in because it's a black truck. You have the bright HID lights. And you can see these cars coming. This intersection would give a lot of you a difficult time because you're going to have to make a decision when to pull out. It might take you 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds. And you see those bright lights? That's going to blind us momentarily. So a lot of people really leave nasty, mean comments. How come they're so slow? Because all of these cars force you to take time, force you to make a decision. That's why I want you to look at this traffic for a moment. What am I looking for? You're looking for cars with blinkers. You're looking for cars without blinkers. You're looking to see if it's clear. When can you make your turn? That's that judgment piece. And good instructors will allow you to make that decision, and they will allow you to scan. And it does take a lot of time. You see those headlights? See how that lit me up? That will throw you off. Night driving is very peaceful. I've had a lot of clients say that. So if we can, really focus on the night drive, get you out here, that's pretty good too. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And it's my job to support you. And by me going live on a drive in the morning, say Happy Mother's Day to all of you. If you're mothers, say Happy Mother's Day. Did you get your mom something? Yes. Did you get your wife something? Yes. Or your caregiver, whoever it is. It's peaceful. It's a really peaceful drive, relaxing drive. There are a lot of things that pop up and pop out. So let's go back to this intersection again. Here in this intersection, we got all these cars coming. Some cars use blinkers, some don't. You're going to see that truck. Okay, they have to go out the driveways to my right. That's a black truck. They're kind of standing there. So that would kind of throw us off. And you have to learn to look where you're going. If you're making a right turn, you should be turning to the right. If you're making a left turn, you should be turning to the left. You're going to see cars coming in a moment. And it's a decision. You can't just pull out in front of traffic. A lot of beginners, you see those headlights? Those headlights blind us. So we have to take our time and examine. Left turns are the most difficult because you're turning out in front of traffic. Right turns a little bit easier, but you're looking for a gap. A gap is the space between cars. If you have eyeglasses, you should be wearing them all the time in your drive. A lot of clients that I teach, they've never been out at night. So I try to give them a night driving lesson, a night driving tutorial, so you can know what's going on and you can make some good decisions. Because decision making is more difficult because you have less light to make those decisions. You have less light to help you see. That's why it's really important that you clean your headlights. That's why it's really important that you keep your windshield clean. Those small things can help you. Did you DM me on Instagram? Hopefully, I'll check it as soon as I'm off. Also, it's really important that you're consistent with your speed control, with your lane changes, and with your turns. I hope this was helpful for a lot of you. This was a night driving lesson. And I'll be going live tomorrow about 12 p.m. Also about 7:45 p.m. You guys have a great Mother's Day. Bye.